And I'm very, very honored to serve. I have so many different personal credos, but my leadership style is predicated on the fact to lead is to serve, and to never forget about who we serve every day. And so, this evening, I really wanted to be here. I see one of our board members here, Dr. Bess Altwerger, is here with me this evening, and we've spent the whole day, in front of the county council advocating for funding. But we make time for the things that really matter. So for our young people, for our teachers who are cultivating the StoryStrong focus, it is something that really resonates with me because each one of us, think about this, each one of us has a story. We are a collection of our events in our life, and like a snowflake, there is no two snowflakes that are alike. Each one of us are very unique, and none of us are alike. So as we move through our lives and we interact with that at the very superficial level, some of us don't speak to each other in the mall, some of us just move through our neighborhoods or in our communities, and we don't take the time to get to know each other, we miss out in terms of the benefits and the gifts that each one of us possesses, and to share that. So many of you have heard me talk about my personal story, and I'm not going to get into that too much this evening. But those who don't know me, when I walk into a room, make a judgment based upon the fact of how I'm dressed, how I speak, how I convey myself, based upon my position. And that conjures up thoughts and judgment and opinions. One might say that I'm a man of privilege based upon that. When I talk to young people about judging me, they say you're a man of privilege, you have to be rich, you drive a nice car. Right now, the truth be told, I'm trying to move into a condo and I don't even have a sofa to sit on. So reality is, no luxury there. But when I talk about those things, the contrary, the complete opposite, is true of my life story. And so when I talk about my life and people see me now, I think it's significant to share those challenges, those tragic moments along the way, because then individuals become more relatable. Then there might just be somebody in the audience who says, wow, that's me. That's my story. So as I say to young people when I tell my story, when I was a young child and my mother passed away at age 10 and my father couldn't carry on and I ended up being in foster care and I was a child of poverty and I had a free and reduced meal ticket that had a big red dot on it that said, poor child's coming through the line. And I felt ostracized. And on that first Mother's Day after my mother passed away, the insensitivity of my teachers who said, all boys and girls, get out your crayons and make a card for your mother. And my mother was dead. And I said, who do I make that card for? That insensitivity those events became part of my story and my journey. So as you see me now, you say, oh my, I didn't know that. And maybe, just maybe, there's some little boy or girl sitting in an elementary school who may have lost their mom. And without the capacity of empathy in helping each other, we never truly then can support that individual. So when I go through our schools and I interact with our staff, this little guy who's getting smaller as I grow older, my heart's becoming bigger with empathy and care and compassion. And so these events this evening become absolutely critical to the advancement of shifting our culture to a culture that is restorative in our approach, where we believe in all children, where we believe in the benefits of empowering young people to be all they can in an environment where they see all their gifts being nurtured and utilized. And when they hit a wall, and when they experience something, they're not alone. Because when I was that child that I drift back to as an adult, I was alone. I felt like there was nobody else around me. I was different. Because everybody else still had their mom and I didn't. So young people who are experiencing trauma and tragedy, we have to support them. And so sharing our stories with each other, sharing all of our events, makes a more connected community. And so I am so proud to serve as the superintendent of the Howard County Public School System because we are a community that embraces individuals. We're a community that sees the benefit in everyone in our community. As I talked about at the beginning of the year, not just tolerating each other, but accepting each other. Living in a pluralistic society where we value each other and we take care of each other. That's who we want to be. That's where we strive to those levels. So the stories that we share that are in each one of us and in our young people need to be encouraged. Because as we talk about the statements, teach one, reach one, just maybe, your story will be shared in a way that will help somebody else. And I know it's a challenge at times to open up and be vulnerable. But just think about taking that risk, because by virtue of telling your story, you might help someone. So although I had 52,000 things I could have done this evening, in this very robust county, I made it a point to be here this evening. Although I can't stay throughout the evening, I wanted to support the efforts, and I hope that this grows exponentially as a way to advance the caring and kindness of our school system, a school system that I want to be a part of. Thank you very much for your rapt attention. I appreciate it.